lie in bed. The room is dark. Your phone is far away. You did everything right. But your mind won't stop. She starts opening the flaps, one after the other. The project you didn't finish. The conversation you could have answered differently. The plan that seems perfect in your head but never gets off the ground. The future you imagined 2 years ago that still hasn't arrived. The version of yourself that should exist but gets postponed for another day. And you just sit there, staring at the ceiling, with a mind that won't stop, in a body that won't act. This is not ordinary anxiety. This is the weight of a mind that has been trained to think more than to execute. If you recognize this scene, this video was made for you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. Here at The Calm Method, we talk about mind control, real habits, and how to stop living trapped inside your own head. Click subscribe and turn on notifications. And tell me in the comments, where are you watching this video from right now? There is a mistake that many intelligent people carry without realizing it. It is the belief that understanding the problem is the same as solving the problem. Knowing what's wrong is the same as fixing it. To analyze is the same as to act. It is not. And the faster your mind is, the easier it is to fall into this trap. Because thinking gives a feeling of movement. Planning seems productive. Research seems like progress. And at the end of the day, you have hours of thinking and zero execution. Psychology shows that brains that process information more intensely tend to create mental loops. Loops of worry, loops of comparison, loops of planning. And the most dangerous of all, the loop of feeling special for overthinking. Intelligence can show you the way out, but it doesn't force you to go through the door. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Not about how you're different, but about why, being different, you're still standing still. Trap 1. You confuse deep thinking with real progress. You do research, you study, you watch videos, read articles, jot down ideas, and at the end of the month you know much more than you did before. But your routine hasn't changed, your project hasn't progressed, your financial situation remains the same. This is called mental consumption, and it's addictive because it mimics the feeling of progress without demanding the real cost of change. The brain releases dopamine when you learn something new. This creates a reward without action. And the more you feed this cycle, the harder it becomes to break free from it. Thinking about change isn't change. Planning change isn't change. Understanding why you need to change isn't change. Change is repeated behavior in the real world, and that requires discomfort that no amount of research will eliminate. Trap 2. You see so many problems that you give up before you even start. A quick mind anticipates. This is an advantage in many situations, but it becomes poison when you use this ability to justify inaction. You're thinking about starting a project, and before you even write the first line, you've already envisioned 10 potential problems. Before taking the first step, you've already calculated all the ways it could fail. This is not precaution. It's sabotage disguised as intelligence. Real life doesn't wait for you to solve all your problems before you even begin. The people who move forward aren't those who don't see risks. They're the ones who act even when they see them. Predicting the future is not a privilege. When you use that ability to paralyze, it becomes a prison. Trap 3. You procrastinate on the very thing that could change your life. Did you notice that? You do the small, unimportant tasks. You answer messages, watch videos, tidy your room. But the project that could change your situation, the study that could open a door, the habit you know you need to create, those get left for tomorrow. This isn't laziness, it's fear. The more important the task, the greater the fear of making a mistake. And the greater the fear, the more the brain avoids it. Because failing at something that doesn't matter doesn't hurt. But failing at something you believe could change everything, that really hurts. So you protect the dream by not trying. That way it remains perfect, untouched, possible, but also useless. Trap 4. You either want the perfect version or you don't start. You won't start the channel until you have the right equipment. You won't study until the environment is ideal. You won't change your diet until you have the money to eat well. You won't send the message until you find the perfect words. And while waiting for perfect conditions, life goes by. Perfection is a luxury. And for those with limited financial resources, little time and little energy left after a long day, waiting for the ideal moment means giving up the only moment that exists, now. The poorly made version produced today teaches more than the perfect version imagined for years. Done imperfectly is infinitely better than perfectly undone. Trap 5. You're addicted to explaining yourself, not to transforming yourself. You consume psychology, you take personality tests, you watch videos about anxiety, procrastination, trauma, and neuroscience. You understand very well why you are the way you are. But understanding prison doesn't open the door. There's a huge difference between self-knowledge that liberates and self-knowledge that justifies. The first gives you the clarity to act differently. The second gives you the vocabulary to stay the same. If you use diagnoses, theories, and concepts to explain why you can't change, you've turned self-knowledge into a more sophisticated trap. You don't need any more explanations. You need more repeated actions. Trap 6. Feeling different has become an escape from identity. You feel misunderstood. You don't fit in with groups. You think about things that other people don't think about. You feel you were born for something greater, but you still don't know exactly what. This pain is real. This feeling of not belonging is real. And it's not wrong to acknowledge that you see the world differently. But feeling different isn't a life plan. Loneliness can become a focus. It can become creation. It can become discipline. But it can also become an excuse not to develop communication, not to build routine, not to act because the world doesn't deserve it or won't understand. Being different is a starting point. It's not a destination. Trap 7. You think you need more intelligence, but what you need is control. This is the most important one. You're not stuck because you lack the ability. You're not wasting time because you're stupid. You're trapped because nobody taught you how to control a mind that runs faster than you can drive. The problem isn't the engine, it's the lack of a steering wheel. And mental control doesn't come from more knowledge. It comes from regulated sleep, from limiting cell phone use, from managed dopamine, from small actions repeated every day until the brain learns that executing is safer than just thinking. The brain learns through repetition, not through understanding. You can understand everything about procrastination and still procrastinate. But if you act differently for long enough, your brain starts to change. Not because you were convinced, but because you were trained. If you've come this far just to feel special, this video isn't going to help you. But if you want to stop wasting years inside your own head, what comes next is what matters. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like. This helps the channel reach more people who need to hear this. And comment below. Which of these 7 traps did you identify with the most? A simple system to get it out of your head. 5 steps. Step 1. Choose just one thing. Don't try to fix your whole life today. Don't try to solve 10 problems at once. Choose one task, one project, one habit. One single thing that, if you do it today, will let you go to sleep feeling like you've made progress. Just one. Step 2. Transform thought into physical action with an address. Don't say, I need to change my life. Say, I'm going to open the file now. Don't say, I need to study more. Say, I'm going to read a page before picking up my phone. Don't say, I need to exercise. Say, I'm going to walk for 10 minutes after dinner. Action with an address. Specific, small, real. The brain doesn't respond to vague intentions. It responds to concrete commands. Step 3. Limit the analysis time. You have permission to think, but thinking has an expiration date. Use a simple rule. 10 minutes of analysis, 20 minutes of action, 7 minutes of planning, 30 of execution. When the time for thinking is over, you act. Even without certainty, even without being ready, even without perfect conditions, the mind needs to learn that overthinking doesn't postpone action. It only delays it at a higher cost. Step 4. Accept making a bad version. Record the video without the ideal equipment. Send the message without the perfect words. Start the project without a complete plan. Write the first ugly version. The bad version exists in the real world. The perfect version exists only in your head. What exists in the real world can be improved. What exists only in your head will never happen. Step 5. Repeat for 7 days before judging. Don't wait to feel motivated. Don't wait to be excited. Don't wait for conditions to improve. For 7 days, choose one small action and do it before overthinking it. 7 days, that's all. The brain doesn't change with one decision. It changes with repetition. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not lazy. You are not incapable. You have a mind that has been trained over the years to analyze more than to execute, to predict more than to act, to understand more than to build. And training sessions can be undone. Not all at once, not with one video, one decision, one motivational night, but with small, repeated actions. Every day. Without waiting to be ready, without waiting for ideal conditions, without waiting for life to fit into the plan you made in your head. In 7 days, you don't need to have a perfect life. You just need to prove to yourself that your mind no longer controls everything. This is the beginning of real control. Leave a like if this video reached its intended audience, and comment below one of 2 things I'm going to get out of my head if you recognize that you need to stop overthinking and start acting. Or tell me, what project are you postponing because you overthink it? Write it down here. Putting it into words is already the first step to breaking the loop. And the next video that will appear on your screen now was made especially for those who have made it this far. Don't skip ahead. It continues exactly where we left off. Until then,